Hey, welcome to my journey into weigh-in. Didn't think we were going to have one today because my internet's been out since yesterday, and my appointment was not until tomorrow. And I got an email or a text confirming your appointment for Friday. I'm like, okay, they're not coming today. I was hoping they'd come early. Um, Obviously, if you're seeing this, it's back on, so we'll talk about that in a minute maybe. But anyway, I thought, good, I don't have to tell y'all my weigh-in. I hate it. I'm going to be salty about it. I'm not going to be a big girl. I'm not going to pull up my big girl panties. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm all happy about it when I am not. Y'all want the real me? Here's the real me. I don't like it. And I know what you're going to say as soon as you hear it. Trust me, I know what you're going to say. By the way, it is almost nice enough to be on the porch. It feels good in the sun, but it's a little cold in the shade. Plus, the old goat's getting a new roof today, and they're making a lot of racket. Anyway, I weighed at 376.8 for a loss of 0.6, and that puts me at 100.3. So I'm back to my 100, but I don't like that 0.6. I did better than that. I know we talked about it, and I've said it before. Your weight fluctuates, your body fluctuates. We talked about last week. Ain't that what we talked about? I think we did. I know these things. I know these things. You don't have to tell me these things. I just don't like it. I wanted more. I expected more. If it had to been a gain, let's don't talk about it. If it had to been, I told John, if it's a gain, I'm going to be on my channel just being pissy. That's kind of how I feel right now. I am not feeling motivational. If you watched my video the other day, my What I Can Eat video, you know that I bought them kettle corn peeps up at the Harris Teeter's. And I put on my thing, I had a serving of them, which was 4 peeps. I had my serving. And so I put the rest of them in a bag. There was 5 left. Put them in the bag. I looked down. Listen, they didn't taste like kettle corn. They was good. Good peeps. Good sweet, you know. They did not taste like kettle corn. So that was a letdown. I really wanted them to taste like it. And so I was in there this morning and I weighed and I wasn't happy with it. And I'm like, you know what? You're not going to make room for those peeps. You're just not going to do it. And I threw them away. David ain't going to eat them. I ain't going to save them for the kids. They not going to eat them. I don't think. So I just threw them in the garbage can. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to work them in. I'm not even going to try to say, oh, I'm going to have a treat. I had my treat. And it's over. I had it. It's in the books. Now it's done. Now I won't go have the rest. That's a good NSV, but and I know you count your weight journey through other ways other than the scale, but dadgummit, the scale is still important. It's not the end all and be all. We should not run our life by what the scale says. We should not let it define who we are. You know, make us feel bad about ourselves, hate ourselves, think we're worthless, think, oh my gosh, look at the number on that scale. You ain't no count. I'm not feeling that. But doggone it, that number, we do. If we didn't want to see the number, we wouldn't have the scales. Nobody would be marking our progress through pounds, right? We can't deny that our progress is marked by pounds. It just is. Progress for ourselves, we can mark in other ways. Like you can see, like, can you see the collarbones through the tattoo and whatnot? I can still feel them. I can't stand the way it feels. I can't stand the way feeling the bone. I'm not used to feeling a bone there. And when I rub it and I feel that bone, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. But I wanted more than 0.6. I just did. And I thought I earned it. Now, I had a bad Sunday. I think Sunday was the day I just had a bad day. But one day, can't do that. I'm just telling you, one day can't do it. Apparently it can, but it's not supposed to. And it wasn't even that day, wasn't even that bad. It was just worse than it should have been. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I went and had a buffet and, pulled up to it and just sat there and ate. It was nothing like that. I just had more food than I should have had, things that I shouldn't have had, but not just absolutely crazy. Anyway, I'm just going to roll my eyes. I wish I had my rolling eyes cup because that's how I feel right now. Now, if any of y'all lost 0.6, I'm going to tell you, you did a good job, and a loss is a loss. And that is true. Do not get all whiny and babyish like I am right now. Rise above it and be better than me. I'm not always like this, but I am today. I don't know what to tell you. Why am I going here and lie about who I am and how I'm feeling? I don't think y'all watch me to see somebody pretending. I could be wrong, but I think y'all watch me to see who I am and the emotions I go through. Y'all seen me go through a lot of emotions of all kind of different things, and y'all have stuck with me through all the highs and the lows, and y'all have seen just who I am. And so today I'm just not happy. I don't know how any other way. I don't know how to sugarcoat it. I mean, I'm glad I lost, yeah, but anyway, whatever. So listen, my tire gauge light come on the other morning, last week. When it gets cold, that drop in temperature, that sudden drop, will drop the air pressure in your tires, and it'll make your light come on. So I took up here to my tire place where I always go. Can you tell I've been out? Because when I've been out, my first cup of coffee when I come in, I'm just like sucking on it like a baby on a bottle. So I took it up there, and because they'll check it for free. They'll check your tire pressure for free. And he got there and he said, well, you had 30 in that back. It's on the back passenger side. He said, I fixed you up. I said, okay, well, thank you. Well, day before yesterday, whatever it was, the next day or the day after that, the light came back on. I'm like, uh-oh. So I told David, I said, well, either I got a different one that's come down, or I've picked up a screw or something in that back tire, and it's not holding air, right? So I get dressed. We had run out this morning, took him over and got his truck. He had his truck exhaust fixed. And because listen, well, let me tell you this story, and then I'll tell you that story. So I went back up there, and I told him, I said, I was just here just a few days ago, and my light's back on. So this was a different man. That was a young boy. This was well, he wasn't my age, but he was an older, middle age. Well, he's probably in his 30s. He could be my kid. He just wasn't as young as the other one. And he come in, and he said, I said, what was it? He said, too much air in your tires. I said, what? He said, there was too much air in your tires. They was too high pressure. I said, well, I just had in here the other day. I said, and he told me that back one was low at about 30. So I wondered if it was that one, He goes, looked at me. He goes, well, let me go check it just to make sure. Because, see, he didn't know that. I guess they didn't write it down. I told him, but I guess they didn't write it down on the paper. So he was parked where I was sitting. He was parked in at the front door where you can see out. And when he took it off and started wheeling it towards the bay, I said, oh, okay, he's found something. He just rolled around and looked. He seen it. And here he come rolling out. He come walking the door. He goes, well, you ready? And he come over there and he handed me. He goes, you was right. It was a nail about that long. Didn't have a head on it. It was just a sharp nail. Yeah, it's about that long. He said, you was right. I said, well, I'm glad you found it and fixed it. So $16, fix your tire. Off you go. So I got that done. But David got him his lawnmower. It is one of them kind that the men that mows yards got. It's one of them 0-turn lawnmowers. He got it for that field down yonder, right? That thing is pretty. Well, he had to buy a trailer to haul it on. So he was fixing the trailer, something or another, the way it attaches. I think the way he had to put the drop hitch on his truck. Anyway, he had to have the exhaust rerouted. So we took it over to this place that does exhaust work. And he's worked on several of our cars before, his sisters and whatnot. So we went to get that today, and because y'all know we dropped it off yesterday, and he went to Harris Teeter's with me, and y'all seen what happens when we go to the store together. If you didn't watch my grocery haul, doggies, when me and him get to the store together, it's on like a chicken bone, let me tell you. So we got that, and still don't have no internet, and I thought, well, I'll hang around the house in case they come early, because I was hoping they'd come early, because last time it went out, they come early. That's when I was sitting back here, and then I heard somebody beating on the door. I'm like, uh-oh. So I went to the door, and it was the internet dudes. I'm like, oh, I didn't know y'all was here. He said, well, we called your phone. I'm like, well, if I don't know the number, I don't answer it. And the other one said, well, how you know we was here? I said, because you just knocked on my door. He's like, fair enough. So this one, I'm glad David was home, because I told David they didn't send me no text, but a while ago before I started filming, I checked and I did see the text. I guess I missed it while I was in the Dollar Tree. I went in for 2 things, and oh my Lord, what I come out with is just utterly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I told my little store manager, I said, if you don't quit putting this stuff out, she said, you can't resist it. I said, no, I can't. About to choke myself. So after I got the tires done, I'm like, well, while I'm out, because y'all know when I'm out and about, I like to do other things while I'm out, so then I don't have to go back out. But I did have a couple things I actually did need from the Dollar Tree. They had one they did not. And I was coming back through, and I got up to the stoplight before I was fixing to head across the railroad tracks, and I'm like, oh, let me check and see if I need to go to the post office. I didn't. So when I seen that email, I'm like, it says technicians on the way to your house, and the email was sent at 12:52, and it was 1:02. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to get there just in time. Why didn't they send a text? Well, they did. I get here, I walk in the door, the TV's on, Alexa's got a ring going on around her. I'm like, what is going on here? Just sent the email. David's in there on the computer, on the internet. I'm like, was he here? He said, yeah, he just left. I'm like, but he just sent the email that said he was just on his way. He said he had just come in because he was out there. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. He got him that lawnmower and that trailer, and he was out there today. Excuse me. He got a tiller. He calls it a tractor. I'm like, call it a tiller. It ain't a tractor. A tractor's a tractor, and a tiller is a tiller. But it's a big one. Oh, my gosh. It's a big tiller. We're going to do some gardening this summer, let me tell you. Ooh. We're going to have to get a lot of maters to make up for that thing before it pays for itself. So he went and picked it up, and it was in a crate. He had to take the trailer to get it. It's not one of them tillers you can put on the back of a truck. It goes on the trailer. It's big. But it was in a crate. Not a solid crate, but, boarded up. So he was out there working on that, getting it off and putting it together and stuff, I guess. And so he had just come in and heated him up some rest of his Harris Teeter's chicken. And there was a knock on the door. He said, I didn't even get the first bite. He was starving because he hit the floor running when he come home from work and had not eaten all day, and he was starved. And so the man said it was something on their end. Wasn't nothing we could have done about it. And then Dave was like, well, we still ain't got no phone. I'm like, well, they told me before you can't have internet if you don't have a phone. Well, obviously you can because we got internet. So now I had to call and put in a ticket for the phone, which I don't care. I don't want that phone. David wants the phone. I told him let's cancel it. He said no, he wanted to keep it because when he has to make business calls, he likes to make it on the home phone because you get a more reliable connection because our cell phones drop calls all the time. I keep telling him we needed to change carriers, but we just haven't got around to it. So he wants to keep it for that. But we get so many calls that never leave a message, one after the next after the next. And this is how many we have gotten. The phones we have, I have blocked it. All the numbers I can block is full. And there has to be hundreds in there. There has to be over the years. The past few years, more. They keep wanting to buy these houses that we got. We understand you own a house at blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in selling it? David gets texts all day and night. He gets phone calls. They call here. Sometimes they call my cell phone. How do they get your cell phone? How do these people look up records at the courthouse and find your cell phone number? Explain that to me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I don't even pick them up, and they never leave messages. Sometimes I'll pick them up, and I'll just sit there, and I won't say nothing. I want to see if they say something first. I just sit there. The next thing you know, you just hear, and it hangs up. I don't know what that's about. So what was I going to tell you? There was something else I was going to tell you. I don't know, but let me show you what I got. Because I have decided, watching the TikTok, they have these big 40-ounce cups. I'm like, you know what? I would be more apt to drink, and this is just about empty. So I need to get one more in me today. But I have been gone, so this one would have been empty already, but I have been gone out of the house for a little while. I'll be more apt to drink it all out of one big one instead of just drinking it and going and refilling it. I've got all this, at one time. But they put the little flavor packets and then some of the skinny syrups. And y'all hadn't seen that haul yet, but I was talking about the skinny syrups. I want some of the fruity flavors to add to it. And when I went to TJ Maxx and Marshall's, they were out. It's like they were just... But anyway, I found this. I like it. Now, I don't know who makes it. This says, Explore Together, F&M. See that? I don't know who they are. I don't know if that's a company, which it's funny because that's our bank. This is not our bank's cup. I don't know if maybe this company ordered a bunch of them and didn't use them, and so now they're selling them. All I know is this is not the one I wanted. The one I wanted was Simple Modern because it has a nice lid that screws on, and it's got one of the little straws in the middle that's got the rubber thing, so when you tip it over, it don't spill. That's what I wanted, but I wasn't paying the price for it. So I ended up with this because it's still more than I wanted to pay, but it was one that looks like I want it to look this shape. So if I take it, it'll fit in my cup holder, and it's just nice and straight. This was just the look I wanted, and the handle and everything. And so that's why I ended up with this one. There's no, I don't, like I say, I don't even know who makes it. I don't have a clue. Hold on. You still got flavor. The only flavor I found, and you'll see it on my chat, on my haul, whatever you want to call it, was blueberry lavender. They said people swore by it. I'm like, just don't know if I can drink lavender. I just don't know about all that. That's what I've got in here. What they do on TikTok is so cool. I'm not that brave. They'll reach in there and just pick a random flavor packet, put it in there, and then they'll one guy, he made him a wheel on his computer, and he hits it, it spins, and it stops, and that's the flavor syrup he adds to that packet. The other girl I watched, she's more deliberate in her choices, I think. She's not very, at least not the videos I've seen. She's the one that swears by the blueberry lavender. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to trust her. I'm going to go by it. So I've only got peach and that's the only fruity ones I got. So I really need to, I don't want to pay skinny syrup website prices. I want to find them at Marshall's. I want like coconut and pineapple, and I was looking for vanilla because I want vanilla. They didn't even have vanilla, so I want these flavors. But I put it in there with what I got was grape. I think the one I've got them in my mom always canisters. I got one of the canisters. It's just my flavor packets, and I got them all jumbled up. And I just don't look. I just reach in there and feel around. I pull one out. That's the one I'll drink of the day. Well, I pulled out grape this morning. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try the blueberry and lavender. It's good. I don't taste like flowers or nothing. I thought it's gonna taste like sucking on a flower or something, but it don't. It don't. It's just good. It's just good. So I definitely want me some more syrups to experiment with. And another reason why I wanted the big 40 ounce, because the one I got now is like a 30 ounce, but you don't put like, I don't put, this is not 40 ounces of water because there's ice in it, but you can get a whole lot more water in this and it dilute that flavor packet down because it's just too strong in that cup I got. Maybe it's a 16 ounce. No, I don't know. I can't remember. It's that pink one I got. It's the same size as my black ASU water one. That's where my plain water stays. This is my flavored water. But I can't drink one of them packets, 16 ounce water like it is supposed to. It's just too strong for me. So that was another reason why I thought this would be so much better. And it is so much better. I mean, you stretch out the flavor in the water and then you add the syrup. So it kind of adds it back up. But those flavor packets can be strong. That's what I have found. So anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. Y'all want to know what I'm doing? When I got on them scales and she looked at me and she said, guess what? We're going to ruin your day. She didn't ruin my day. I promise you, she's not ruined my day. I'm not sitting around going, I hadn't thought about it anymore until I come on here and start talking to y'all. Then I think about it. I went in there and took my menu off of the refrigerator and copied it. And I've been sitting back here because I quit calculating my days to see where my days land with my calories and my protein and my carbs. And so I've got the recipes in my recipe builder in the healthy app. I just had to pull them up and write them down and look at them. And so I'm checking here like what my days would be for breakfast, lunch, and supper. So I know. So today, if I eat breakfast, lunch, and supper that I have planned, that's only 748 calories, 56 proteins, 32 carbs. So the carbs is good. That's below 50, but I got a few more. The protein's terrible. 56. I need at least 80. 70 to 100. So at least 80. 748 calories. That ain't enough. That just ain't enough. And so I went down through here. Oh, I forgot to total that one up. And the highest day is a 931 calorie day. And that's with the 3 meals. And that's just not enough. It's just not. I don't think it is. I don't think it's healthy. I know when you have weight loss surgery, no more than you can eat, you don't get very many calories. And they tell you to stay on the paperwork between 12 and 1,300. And then the nutritionist, I asked her, so how many calories should I be eating? She goes, I can't tell you because I just can't tell how much a person, it's hard to pin down how much a person should eat calorie-wise. So they're basically not going by calories. So I don't know why I even bother writing it down other than just knowledge for myself. The main thing they go by is protein. So I think if I, and keep your carbs down. My carbs are high. Some days they're high. And that's because I'll add beans in. I mean, I'm going to eat beans. The beans are good for you. Good fiber. Oh my gosh, beans are so good for you. And they got protein in them too. So, like, and some days I want a banana. And a banana's going to jack up your carbs. Well, she said I could have fruit. I can't sit around and eat fruit all day, but so there's going to be little things that are going to jack it up. But I don't think a banana once a week is enough to ruin my diet, or some beans here and there. Now, if one night this week, Friday, tomorrow night, we're having pasta, and I can't decide if I'm going to eat it or not eat it. I'm going to taste it, I know that, because I want to see if it's good. But I don't know that I want to make a serving out of it or just eat the meat, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to try to really watch my carbs this week and see if I can't get this weight loss jump started. There's no reason why I shouldn't have lost more than I lost. I don't know. I mean, I know there's medicine. My leg ain't swollen, so that's good. I do have a medicine that causes weight gain. And what the doctor told me, she goes, basically you can choose. Do you want your legs to hurt, or you want to not gain weight, And so I'm like, I tried to cut back, and I can't do it with my legs. I just can't do it. I said, you got to go back up. She goes, well, it causes the weight gain. I'm like, I know, but I can't stand the pain. And since they don't give me pain pills, I'll take what I can get. It's just, I have restless legs, and I take something for that. But then my legs just hurt. It's just like there's a headache in my legs all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Somebody raise their hand and say they know what I'm talking about. It's just like my legs just constantly have a headache. I don't know how else to explain it. And if I don't take that, it's Lyrica. What it is Lyrica. If I don't take that Lyrica, I just sit over in that chair and just wiggle my legs and wiggle my legs and wiggle my legs just because they hurt so bad. So I don't know if I'm fighting that, because it, for a fact, causes weight gain. I mean, you can look it up and read it, and my doctor told me. So am I fighting that, even though I had the surgery? I don't know. I just know I see a bariatric doctor, I think, maybe in 2 weeks, something like that. First week of April, whenever that is. What's today? The 23rd. Yeah, coming up. Coming up sometime. And she's going to want to know why I ain't lost no more weight than I've lost. And I don't know what I'm going to tell her. Because I ain't. Which, you know what? Even though I've struggled part of the time, I still go back to the first however long, 5 weeks of just liquids, just soft foods, just pureed foods. 5 weeks. I did not go off the rails. I did not eat anything I was supposed to. I did not eat more than I was supposed to. I stayed on that liquid for 2 weeks religiously, like I was supposed to. I did the pureed the way I was supposed to. I did the soft the way I was supposed to. And then when I got to the regular food, well, what I was saying about those, I hardly lost any weight at all. And you would think on a liquid diet, it would fall off of you, but it didn't. So that's what I'm saying. It feels like this surgery just didn't work on me. I told David, I said, I know that sounds crazy. I said, but it's not working the way that it's supposed to work. If I was going to lose a lot of weight, it would have been those first 5 weeks. Even though they said if you lose a lot of pre-op, it comes off really slow afterwards. But still, you can't go on a half starvation diet for 5 weeks and not lose a good bit of weight, is the way I see it. So then regular foods come along, and I can eat anything I want to eat. Nothing makes me sick. Nothing has made me sick. Nothing bothers my stomach. It's like it's a cast iron stomach, like when he went in there and portioned off the part that he left, he put cast iron in it, because nothing bothers me. I can eat anything. Some days I feel full, some days I don't. I have been noticing, though, I've been paying attention, like I should. The denser the food I eat, the more substantial the food is, the quicker I feel full. So, like, let's say if I'm eating meatloaf or I'm eating spaghetti. Meatloaf, I'm going to feel it. I'm like, oh, okay, I feel it. Spaghetti, I'm just going to want to keep eating it because I'm not feeling it. I just have to stop myself. And I'm sure I'm not stopping myself where I should because I'm not weighing and measuring. I'm just not. And I got to get back to it. That's what I've been sitting back here. I've been working on this. I've been working on my mind. I've been telling myself, you got to start weighing and measuring. You got to get back to the basics. Back to the basics. Who's with me? Back to the basics. I got to do something. Apparently what I did last week didn't work. Something didn't work. Apparently I did not do as good as I thought I did. I guess maybe because I didn't weigh and measure. I eyeballed it and I just said, oh, well, there might have been one or two things I weighed and measured, but not, religiously like I should. Judiciously, I guess is a good word. I was not judicious over it. And I've got to change that. I've just got to change that. Y'all with me? Are y'all still here? Did you leave? Did I get on your nerves? Did you be like, I ain't listening to you whine? Stop. So anyway, well, I went to the Dollar Tree. I'll go in there and film me a haul. I got a haul sitting there ready right now, but I don't think I'm going to put it up till next Tuesday because, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, live and in person at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Be there or be square. We had the best time last week. The stuff we talked about last week. Oh, my Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, I have revealed more about myself on live in a month's time than I have in 3.5 years on this channel. Some of y'all are telling us stuff about yourself too. And you want to know what I have found out? We all have a lot in common. There are things that we have done in our past, things we have experienced that we have in common. And I think that's what's cool about our age group having a community, because there's plenty of stuff out there for the young people. Plenty. Oh my gosh, plenty for the youth of today. But there's not really that much for us. Now, I know I have some younger viewers. Everybody's not 60 or over. Some of y'all are like even in your 40s. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. You want to hang out with the old lady like me. You come to lives too because we're fun. We're fun people. I mean, some of y'all are in your 60s, your 70s, your 80s. And we share a lot. Like some of you, you're old enough to be my mama. But we still share some of the same experiences in life. And I think that's just the coolest thing, that we know where we're coming from just from our generation, where we were raised and how old we are. And I'm not excluding you young girls, because please do come. But I think it's wonderful that we have an outlet for us. The young people think that old people don't belong on TikTok. I see it all the time because I sit there and scroll it while I'm eating my breakfast. And you'll run across one quite regularly where what people do when somebody comments and they want to call them out, they'll make a TikTok showing their comment up in the corner and call them out and, say whatever they want to say about their comment. If it's a snarky, nasty, hateful comment, whatever. And I see it all the time. Oh, people don't belong on here. Well, you're too old, Grandpa. What are you doing, Grandma? Nobody wants to see you. Well, they're saying that to women, grandmas that's got tens of thousands of followers. So apparently somebody does want to see her. You know what I'm saying? And like some of the older men, they get on there. There's a couple that get on there and they just dance and just have a good time, just living their life. And you don't belong on here. And you know what? I got to figure out why these young people think all of a sudden, because we're of a certain age, that we quit living. What the hell is that about? Well, I'm 60. I got to give up. I can't do nothing. I can't have fun. I can't act like I'm still got some life in me. I just got to go cower in the corner somewhere. That's the dumbest bunch of bull hockey I ever heard. And you young people, which none of you's watching me, but this is to you. You're going to get our age one day if you're lucky, if you're blessed to live this long. And then somebody's going to treat you that way, and you're going to be like, not even thinking about karma. Karma. Because karma will come and bite you in the butt. You know that, right? I think my squirrel's back. I don't hear it now. Y'all remember my varmint? David's going to have a stroke. It was back in here, I don't know, a couple months back. He's like, well, I don't know how it got in there. I'm like, well, I don't know how it didn't either, but it was down there climbing because I heard it. He's down here. It sounds like he's down here. He's usually up here in this corner. But it's a squirrel because that's what he run out that time we had that varmint. But anyway, what I was talking about is you young people acting all hateful to us old people. We're not old, but you know what I mean. For terms of discussion, one day when you get to be old and some young person treats you that way, you're not even going to realize that, oh, that's karma coming back. You won't even put two and two together, but trust me, that's what's going to happen. It's going to come back to you the way you dish it out. It's going to be dished to you. So leave us old people alone. Let us live our life. Let us have YouTubes and TikToks and Instagrams and any other thing we want to have, Facebooks. Do anything we want to do because we're still people. Oh my gosh, did y'all know that? Ladies, gentlemen, did y'all know we're people? Did you know we still have lives to live and fun stuff to do, experiences to experience? Yes. Until they dig that hole and lower you down in it, you got a life to live. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting mine back together. This whole not losing weight thing, I've got to go all commando on myself. You know what I'm saying? Not commando like Joey, not wearing underwear. You know Joey on Friends? Well, he calls going commando, not wearing no underwear. That's what he puts on Chandler's clothes. And he's like, look at me. Could I be wearing any more clothes? He's like, oh, if I wasn't doing lunges, going commando. And Chandler's like, oh. I guess you had to be there. There is a Friends cookbook. Oh my gosh. I got, when I was at the library the other day, can you believe I got 4,000 cookbooks and I still go to the library. They got cookbooks I don't have. They got cookbooks I won't buy. So I can scroll theirs and see I don't like anything in it and give it back. And I didn't buy it. I didn't pay those exorbitant prices for it either. But I went by their little thing that's got information in it, and they have things about authors. I got, one for Southern, one for Cozy, one for this, one for that, and there was one for cookbooks. And so I was looking through their Friends. There is a Friends cookbook, and it's at that library. Well, it ain't been there since I've been the past 2 times, so I hadn't looked it up to see. You put it on hold or nothing like that. I figured I'll just run into it one day. But yeah, I'd be interested to see that. What was I going to tell you? Was that leading to something? Mine's a terrible thing. So, I was talking about going commando. I'm going all. I've just got to be hardcore. and see if weighing and measuring makes a difference. I measured last night. I weighed. I can't remember what we eat. Oh, it was a chicken recipe, which first of all, I made the wrong chicken recipe. I made the chicken recipe that I was going to make last week, but something happened. I ended up having to make something else. And so when I forgot to thaw out my beef stew, which was supposed to be made yesterday, I thawed it out to make today. And so I was going to make today's chicken yesterday. Well, I made the wrong chicken in my mind. If I would read my menu, I would see. So I got the ingredients for the chicken that I didn't make, but I had the other ingredients because I didn't make it last week. Anyway, you make with stuffing and cream soup, and you put the chicken in there and you bake it and all this and that. Well, I baked it as long as the thing said, and I thought it sounded like too much, but I followed the instructions because, it wasn't my recipe. It was new. I did the instructions. Lord, it dried that chicken out so bad I couldn't hardly swallow it. I couldn't even eat it. I couldn't eat it. I couldn't. So I ate stuffing. I did. It was not protein and it was carbs, but I was hungry. So what was the point of that story? I need help. Okay, I think that'll wrap it up. I might have this video up for you. I don't know when you're watching it, when YouTube decides to cooperate with me. Was there anything else? I'm trying to think if there was anything else I was going to tell y'all. It seems like there was something. Oh! Absolutely there was something. Hold on. I knew there was something nagging in the back of my mind. I got some happy mail. Hold on. This come from Tony Bankston. She told me she had it and she was going to send it to me. Because y'all know how I love the old stuff. Look at this. It's a Good Housekeeping magazine. This cover come loose. But it is August 1957 for 35 cents. And it's a big magazine too. Look. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Oh my God. If y'all could smell it. It smells like 1957. Oh my gosh. Mr. Stauffer's Magic Couch. Check this out. Oh. She was humped over. She got on that magic couch and then she was standing up straight. Look at there. Isn't that cool? I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I would love to make a junk journal. I would have to make a big one because it's a big magazine with like see her. I would cut her out and put her in my journal, but it'd have to be a big journal because these are big pictures and big ads. So Fluffo, what is Fluffo? Fluffo, pure shortening. Have y'all ever heard of that? Anybody heard of that? I have not. So I've got to study on what to do with this because I love it. And then, let me show you these. They had them hanging up. She owns a business. I won't tell her business, but she owns a business. And they had these hanging up. And she sent them to me. Wasn't that sweet? Look, this was 7-Up. Are these the cool? I don't know where I'm going to put them. I don't have no more in here, but I got to do something with them. Jackie Gleason, look at that. What's that? Nescafe, instant coffee. Jackie Gleason hawking Nescafe. You can see the glare of my light. And then, only by highway, you'll find America's the Greyhound. So, Greyhound bus ad. And I don't know what these came out of. They're out of a magazine, but I'm not sure if she told me what magazine. Tony, did you tell me what magazine these were out of? You can see the edges right there. Might be Life magazine, because you know Life magazine's this big. This is AMF Roadmaster. Look at that, the bicycles. And then check this one out. Luster Cream Shampoo, Hollywood's favorite. Never dries, it beautifies. Debbie Reynolds. Check it out. How cool is that? I wish I knew the years on these things. I wonder if I could, it's taped. I might could look on the back and see if there's anything on the back. I don't know. But anyway, I love them. I just love them. So thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. I knew there was something else I was going to show y'all. So that will do it for me. And hope you enjoyed this video, even though I was a whiny brat. I will not be this way on live tomorrow. I will be quite jovial. How about that? Come and bring your topics of discussion. Things we thought up last week. I don't even know where they come from, but y'all come bring your topics of discussion and we shall discuss them. Okay. Hopefully I will see you then. Okay. Bye.